Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed. I want to welcome you into the show. I like to talk about, obviously, people, but people doesn't usually include myself. I tend to not include myself in the conversation because I don't want to pigeonhole the discussion. It's really easy for someone to just talk about themselves all the time. And while I don't usually do that, today I believe it to be relevant. So we're going to talk a little bit about me, my experience, but I don't want this to be a diary show. This is supposed to be a testament to the fact that my philosophy works, and it's working for me right now. And, I'm no stranger to tragedy. I'm no stranger to despair. I am no stranger to pain. While I may not have experienced such levels of pain that other people have experienced, this may be true, I know how to build my life back from the brink. Some of you know this because I've talked about it before, but I was in the military for almost 2 years, and during that time, I was drifting. I thought I wanted a certain thing, and by thing I mean I wanted direction. I wanted purpose. I wanted my life to have meaning. So I thought that signing up for the military would give that to me. Well, it did, but not in the way that I was expecting. And because of that, I ended up in a very dark place. I ended up going to a mental institution for about 28 days. Now, while I don't consider myself to be crazy, I do want to let you know that I know the realities of mental health. I know the power that the SSRI medication has on people because I took them. I know what they do to people. I know how it affects the human mind. But I also know what it's like to be on suicide watch and to be in a very dark place. So I have sympathy for people who are on the verge. I know there are certain people in this space who think that mental health may not be a serious thing, may not be real. I know it to be a real problem, but I also know that with that real problem comes a genuine solution. While the solution is not necessarily what you want, it's what you need. It is what you require to move ahead. In my experience, sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional right now. This is tough for me to talk about. I'm not normally emotional, but this is a very poignant topic to my personal life. When it comes down to it, I understand why people are unhappy. I was very unhappy with my life when I was in high school, after high school, when I went in the military. I had no purpose, direction. I did what I thought other people wanted me to do. I didn't have a life that I wanted. And I felt powerless to stop it. I felt powerless in my own life to do anything about it. And it was only when I hit rock bottom that I realized I had nowhere else to go. So I might as well go on the path that I want. And there are a couple of people in my life that really helped me get there. And one of them is my cousin who's a little bit older than me. He is a godsend. I respect him so much. I don't know if he's listening to the show. He might be. I won't mention his name. I don't want him to. He's a very private guy. But he taught me about how crypto works. He taught me what it was like to be on your own. He's unmarried. He taught me what it was like and that it was okay to not be in the matrix. It was okay to live the life you wanted to live. And he was winning, and he's still winning to this day. It's easy for people to look on the internet and see people roughing it. And I get it. That might include me. But it's different when you see someone who talks the talk and who's walked the walk. You can tell the difference when you look at somebody who's made the sacrifices and now they have all the freedom in the world and you get to see that for the first time. It changes your life forever because it gives you something to shoot for. It gives you something that's an alternative to the force-fed matrix rat race life that most of us are given every second of every day. I'm sitting in a parking lot in the mall right now recording this. And I look at the people around me, and there are people, they're all going to consume the name brand stuff. They're going to get the stuff that's just a bunch of junk that doesn't matter. Now, it may matter to them, that's a different conversation. But when you look at, I've met people in my life, some of whom I respect more than anybody else in my life, who have sacrificed, who have faced adversity from the people that they love. But when they started winning, they started to shut up. When it was only when he started to win that people got out of his business and were like, oh, damn, he actually winning. Damn, he was ahead of the curve. If you are ahead of the curve, people who are behind the curve will not see what the hell you're talking about. They'll call you crazy. They'll gaslight you. They'll talk junk about you behind your back. They'll laugh at you. They'll sniggle at you. But only when you start winning, they'll be like, damn, that guy was ahead of the curve. Shoot, I should have listened to him. He was ahead of the curve. But this ties into my whole point of the show. You can build your life back better. Joe Biden says he's going to build the economy back better. I say you can rebuild your life back better. You can write that one down. You can build your life back better. I don't care if you're down and living in a cardboard box under a bridge somewhere. You can build your life back. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be worth it? Oh, you betcha. Oh, yes, it will. And I'm speaking as someone who's building his life back better right now. I went from being on suicide watch in a hospital, facing potentially a dishonorable discharge in the military for conduct, to now having my own show, loving it, being out and getting my degree. I love what I'm doing now. I wake up every day excited to do this show, to produce for this show, to improve this show, because I love it. I love hearing some of the stories that people send me that I'm helping them out, or that they've never heard someone speak like the way that I speak, and it inspires them. That I deserve to get more views because I spit the honest truth, and the big money people who run the big tech, they don't want you to hear this message. They want you to go work in their factories. They want you to go work for them for minimum wage. That's what they want, so they can control you. That's why they hate Elon Musk. Elon Musk said, respectfully, go fuck yourself. How many people do you hear that are on that level saying that to advertisers instead of saying, oh, no, wait, please don't go. What can I do? He said, I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself if you don't want to advertise on my platform. That's power. How many of you could say that to people in your life? You know what? I don't care if you like what I'm doing. You can go fuck yourself. How many people could say that? That's power. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out of your way and insult people. What I'm saying is have the guts to stand up for yourself and not be a quizzling, weak piece of garbage. Don't be weak. I'm guilty of this sometimes too. Last night, I was talking to my mother because I'm not used to hanging around my parents that much anymore. And spending the holiday with the parents. I'm talking to my mom about my book because she's reading my book. She's talking about it. She's wanting me to, she's giving me feedback. But I found myself trying to explain and justify why I wrote Biblical Bachelor, why my lifestyle is the way that it is, why I'm more spiritual, and why my philosophy is not the ordinary one. And I said, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? Why am I justifying it as if I'm on trial and I'm having to cross-examine? What am I doing, bro? This is ridiculous. But I found myself slipping into that defensive stance, which is not normal for me anymore. It used to be, not anymore. But a whole nother thing that I've realized, that I was realizing on my walk last night, that ties into this building your life back better, is, when I'm at school and when I'm doing my own thing and away from everybody else, I'm not used to being called certain names or being referred to by nicknames and stuff like that, right? Well, when I hear my, nicknames that are like maybe like babyish, cutesy, whatever, it made me realize I don't identify with that anymore. I don't identify as that anymore. I don't feel like I kind of understood what the transgenders and whatnot talk about to an extent. Now, that doesn't mean I agree with forcing society to agree with you. But don't let other people put labels on you. Don't let someone else say, oh, you're this. Who the hell are you to tell me what I am? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to tell me who I am, what I should do, who do you think you are? Just because you want to tell me who I should be and what I am does not make it true, does not mean that it's anything. It's garbage. It only means something if I accept it. Otherwise, it doesn't mean jack. How many of you have that philosophy in your own life? How many of you let people call you names and then you're like, oh, dang, maybe I am that. Maybe I am, like that. No, you're not. Don't let them do that to you. It's only if you accept it that it gives it validity. Now, you may be thinking, Austin, you sound really excited right now. You sound, really exhilarated right now. Yeah, I am. Because this is something I'm passionate about. I understand the tragedy. Tragedy and pain and suffering is supposed to make you stronger. So why the hell are you out here trying to justify away, throwing away an opportunity to become the best version of yourself? A caterpillar has to go in a chrysalis and change its anatomy structure to become a butterfly, and yet so many people don't want to make that change. They don't want to make that alternative lifestyle happen because they're scared of what other people are going to say, what other people are going to do. They're afraid of the outside influences of others. Fuck all that bullshit. I don't care about what anybody says. You need to go out there and do what's right for you. Now, I'm not saying go out there and hurt people for no reason or break the law. What I'm saying is you need to decide what you want and be like a, like a pit bull and not let go. Clamp on your jaw on that and not let it go away. You cannot let it go. Because if you do, that's on you, not on them. You could go broke. I could go broke tomorrow, but I'll build it all back. Why? Because I refuse to do anything different. I know I can do it. What do you think about yourself? Can you say that? Have you used your tragedy, your pain, your suffering to reforge yourself? Or have you not burned away all the weakness? It was Friedrich Nietzsche who said that suffering, what doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Your suffering is supposed to make you more resilient. But yet so many people cave into the pressure. They cave into the pain. They allow the pain to dictate themselves, and they see themselves as a victim. Instead of seeing themselves as I vanquished my pain and I've reforged it into my future, and I'm allowing myself to become a better person with a reformed, better life that I have built back better than it was before. So that's my question to you. Are you willing to do that for yourself? Or are you going to be a normie? Or are you going to be unhappy? Or are you going to allow other people to dictate to you who you will become? I hope that the answer is no. I hope that you have the guts to stand up for yourself and not allow them to roll over on you, and to tell yourself that you're not deserving of the future that you want for yourself. If you can envision it, if you could picture it in your mind, you can have it. That doesn't mean it will be easy, but that means that you can have it. The only one stopping you from doing that is you. That doesn't mean that things from outside influences won't hurt you, but they cannot destroy you without your permission. So my friends, are you going to build your life back better, whether it's decent now or horrible, or are you going to play the victim for the rest of your life? The entire choice is now yours. You have no excuse. Decide what your fate will be. My friends, I hope this motivated you today. I really, really hope that this encourages you to get off your behind, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and become better. I sincerely hope that. My friends, if you like what you heard and you want to hear more of it, then follow this show, because I will give it to you raw. I will give it to you as uncut as I possibly can. My friends, God bless you. God bless your families and God bless America. I'm out of here. Have a great day. Peace.